morning, good afternoon to all the geeks out there, and not only geekdom, and welcome to another Our Little Geekdom.
Oh, you got it right this time.
We are joined by a very special guest, RustyPieLover. Say hello.
Oh, it is I.
Yes, if any of you have ever seen him on stream, no, that was perfect. If any of you have ever seen him on stream, think that exactly the same. He's no different on stream.
Wow, 11.
Exactly. Rusty, how you doing, my bro?
I'm good, and you too. You seem to be ever so lovingly glorious this fine day.
Fine for you. I suppose the sun's nice and shiny over there. It's a bit rainy outside for us.
Yeah, it's overcast. And actually, you're not doing good. You're a bit worse for wear, which is why we're not seeing your face today.
Yeah, you got shot in the face by a paintball. Tell us about
Listen. You know, when you have a gentleman's agreement on the bachelors to not get shot in places where, you know, you should be seen or, you know, should be felt, and that agreement is broken twice in the same day, you tend to think that paintball is for sadomasochists and people with a pain kink. No judge, but, you know.
Too true. You should see the welts that I used to get playing paintball.
You're not supposed to shoot him like that, you know?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't her.
He did shoot me, though.
No, I didn't. When?
You shot me on my head.
Oh, but you were an opposing team. And also, I was aiming for your chest. You just, like, ducked when I shot.
Wait, Kez needs to duck? Kez is tiny.
Yeah. I was aiming for her chest, she still ducked, and I still hit her on the head.
As I am on your
side. I hit you on your helmet.
Yay! At least someone is.
So, yeah. Okay, so for the fans who don't know Rusty,
Yeah.
Rusty is a content creator on Twitch. I think you
And
do
YouTube.
YouTube as well, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still uploading to YouTube. Got a whole entire series going up on YouTube. It's just taking a lot longer than I had anticipated.
Don't they always?
But for those of people listening and watching who don't know, you tell us about you. Who is RustyPieLover?
I am RustyPieLover, ginger streamer, professional high-pitched screamer, and entertainer extraordinaire. Uploading content of vast differences and delicacies all over the realms of Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Hover, Twitter, and Facebook alike. There's other stuff, right? But we're not allowed to discuss that on podcast, and people don't know about that secret area, you know, the community hub. Don't go look there.
Oh, are you talking about the OF or the other places where you can upload your videos?
The community hub, you know? No, I don't actually have content there.
I hope you don't. That would be weird. Although some people would like to see that.
We can honestly vouch that he is a high-pitched screamer, especially when he plays fast.
Yeah, especially with fast.
Well, listen. You can't have the moniker professional high-pitched screamer if you don't learn to scream in a very high pitch. So I sometimes have to indulge everyone in, you know, playing such horror games, which you all know I don't like.
Yes,
yeah, we know.
Yes, we know. Even though you love the Undertaker, you're not a big fan of scary ghosty things.
Listen, he don't jump scare in the night and go boogie woogie woogie, okay, when you're busy trying to take a nice big nap. He doesn't whisper in your ear sweet nothings when you're going, hey, listen, where are you? And then on the spirit box says nothing, but secretly in your ear it goes, yes, you boy.
You got a pretty mouth. That's what I'm seeing.
You smell nice. You smell real nice.
Squeal for me, piggy.
Anyway.
This is from too much watching too many of those scary thriller movies.
Yeah, we need to seek some help, sir.
Yeah, I enjoy it. They're quite funny. I laugh most of the time, actually. I don't get scared as easily as everyone else. I'm sure they've noticed when I play Faz, I'm the one who antagonizes the ghost.
Yeah, you don't want to play with him. You will die in seconds.
You will. I like to antagonize the ghost. I like to walk around insulting it.
See, you and I both know that Ziffy is like the archangel of chaos itself.
Yeah.
No doubt about that one.
I am indeed. Chaos is my third name. Because it can't be my surname and it can't be my middle name.
Yeah, he's chaos. I'm not gonna dox him.
Beep beep beep. But yeah, so what has been going on lately on your YouTube channel? Tell us a little bit.
Stardew Valley.
Tell us a little bit about your Stardew Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us. Silence.
No. Oh, oops! I was muted the entire time. Professional streamer. So you guys asked about Stardew. So I did a Stardew Valley 3-year in-game challenge run where you are supposed to do the completion part of Stardew within 3 in-game years. And what I tried to accomplish with the series is to do a tutorial type series where I help players who want to beat the game in 3 years at a more casual pace than what speedrunners do. And that was the point of the series. We beat it in the first week of winter, year 3. I was super ecstatic because it's been a large majority of my streams for the last 6 months or so. And being able to accomplish that with specific objectives in mind is really the type of content that I wanted to put out there. And I'm honestly proud of it. I just need to get my backside in gear and upload the entire thing to YouTube. But with each session of stream, every week that we do in-game study, we can take up to 2 hours. So to go through hours and hours of recordings, edit that down, and my chat is just the unbridled embodiment of chaos itself. Sorry, Ziffy, you're going to get one up here.
But I've got a story to tell you, so not really. But carry on.
It was just so much fun to do that type of series and just be able to sit with the community and see how they were going through it with me along that kind of journey. And the fact that I could complete that just makes it just so much more of value that we put up that series. Now people can watch it. It's on YouTube whenever it goes up, ? Yeah, now I look forward to the next journey, which I'm not quite sure what it's going to be, to be honest.
Yeah, nice. That is quite awesome. Speaking of chaos and uploading videos, you're talking about your Stardew Valley thing and how the chaos is like chaotic, as it were, and that you're going to one up me. Unfortunately, our editor decided no, he's gonna suggest something to me, and you know me, I'm always game to do something weird. So what I'm doing now, I took on the worst task ever. I'm going to showcase every single car in Forza and every single car and track in Gran Turismo 7 when it comes out.
How's that chaos though?
Have you seen how long it takes us to edit that crap?
Okay, so Ruthie, let me one up you here. We have a thing on our channel, and I know Kev knows about this, called Let Chaos Reign. So as a matter of chaos, I've got all my channel point redemptions set to 1 channel point, right?
Oh wow!
And when Let Chaos Reigns happens, it allows chat to spam those channel point redemptions for 2 minutes.
It's sound of the 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 sound.
Painful. You brought that on yourself, though, dude.
That, my dear sir, is what you call chaos.
That is absolute 100% chaos.
So I was going through our old videos, because we're going to do like a compilation of our 5 years in YouTube and content creation, and I came across Elsa. So is Elsa ever going to make a reappearance, or is the Undertaker ever going to make another reappearance, or is the Pie Lord gonna come and make a reappearance? Because you had all these really cool characters and they've just vanished.
Well, you see, the thing is, the reason most of them vanish is we know we've all struggled with COVID. Luckily, Comic-Con in South Africa is happening this year, so that Widowmaker bet I made like 2 years ago on stream is coming to fruition. That is going to happen at Comic-Con. As for The Undertaker, I don't know. It would require some organization to really make that entrance grand the way it was at the previous rage or the last rage he was at. Elsa, I think you all just need to let her go. You need to let her go.
That's not gonna happen. She's gonna make a re-emergence because we're gonna more than likely take that video we recorded.
It's one of the videos on the list.
It is. It's one of the videos on the list of the our 5 years in YouTube, or as content creators, as it were. You're screwed. He's muting himself.
It forever lives on our YouTube, so you'll never get away from it.
No, it's not. My child is going to come to me one day and say, "Father, would you care to explain this?" And I'll be like, "Listen, child, there are ill-advised things you do in life. One of them is make a bet against a community that loves to see pain."
Exactly, and loves to cause pain. Yeah, no. You gonna say something?
So we all know that the big W Day is coming around the corner for you. For those of you who don't know, Rusty is off the market. He's getting married on the 25th of February, which is just around the corner. How are the nerves?
It's more excitement than nerves now. We're doing all the final little bit of things, music, schedule, little bit of decorations left, and then it's waiting. We did a test live stream because we're going to live stream the wedding, so that people can watch with us. So we have that online guest list, so to say, because we could obviously not invite everyone we would have wanted to. Like yourselves, I would have loved to invite you too, but obviously you two are like 2 time zones away from where we are.
7,000 kilometers away.
So yeah, we're going to live stream the wedding. That has been arranged. I'm going to be doing some scenes in my little off time just to make sure everything is working. And then, yeah, we just wait for the day to come where my nerves are going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm getting married. It's going to thunderstorm. There's going to be an earthquake. There's a tornado. ESCOM is going to hit us again and all those kinds of fun things, you know?
Of course. Of course.
Well, we'll spam ESCOM and tell them to leave that day alone.
I doubt that will happen.
I know.
We shall not be defeated.
No, just get some generators ready in case. You never know. That's how I see it. Good plan is to get some generators ready. See, we don't suffer with that here.
No.
We're very lucky.
I did see your cake cutter thingy, and I like the idea that you're using Frostmourne to cut your cake with.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we've got most of the wedding as kind of like a World of Warcraft theme, and I figured like the best weapon to use to cut the soul of the cake. Yeah, there you go. I'm going with it. I'm not going anywhere else. To cut the soul of the cake would be Frostmourne. So there you go. It was the best idea we could do.
Well, it has to be the soul of the cake because you are the Dark Lord. You take people's souls, so why not take the cake soul?
Well, you see, the thing is, Kita has a fondness for the cake, so, you know, I have to spare some souls in the universe.
Some. Not very many, just some. Yeah, no, it's a very interesting time, if you ask me. Very interesting indeed. So with the nuptials coming up, I can tell you right now, if you're not nervous, you're just excited now. On the day, it changes. Changes from excitement to nerves. You know, what's going to go wrong? How's it going to go wrong? I know from personal experience.
I've played every scenario in my head, so I'm like, oh dear, she's gonna fall. She's gonna say no. She's gonna be like, I don't want you, and then some big, huge, giant goth girl is just gonna come and take her away from me, and I'm just like, I can't even be mad.
All I can say is, on the day, tell the people you don't want to know what's going on. If something goes wrong, don't tell you, don't tell Kita, just don't.
Yeah.
Because then it is going to ruin your day. So the less you know about the things that are going wrong, the nicer your day will be.
fix
Thankfully
it
we
or
had-
your soul is forfeit.
Yeah, thankfully we had both our mothers actually helping out with that and sorting out the
So
nitty-gritty
let
issues.
me turn around on you two. So you two have been doing this for 5 years. What is your favorite thing that you've done in the last 5 years for YouTube? I'm gonna turn this on the podcast hosts and ask them the question. See, chat, this is how you do it. See, viewers, listeners, this is how you do it.
Future guests?
You can one each. You can do one.
I know Zip's one. I don't know if it's his ultimate favorite, but I know one of his favorites was sitting with Remedy Fice.
Of course, that is my ultimate. I got to sit down. I got to sit down with one of my favorite, actually, like my favorite living authors, which is Remedy Fice, the guy who wrote The Magician. I got to sit down and actually talk to him and interview him, and it was probably one of the most awesome experiences of my life. So that was definitely top for me. I don't know what Kez's is though. She's had so many fun things that she could do.
I think my favorite moments is just getting to know everybody. We've had I was scrolling through the videos this morning and we've done so much. We've done collaborations with Dark Carnival. We did some item reviews for them, and we've done game reviews. We've had the opportunity to go to Geek Fest and Rage and all those things. And I think the biggest thing that stands out for me is the community, the people, the friends that we've made, like yourself. Where if we weren't in this side of the content creation, I don't think it would have been possible for us to do that.
Back away from the mic. You're clipping the mic there. No, don't move around it. Stay level with it, but just back away. If you sit on top of it, you're gonna clip it. So just keep it a little bit further away from the mic. Keep a good distance, but generally that much away from it. That should be fine. Angela, that much.
I'm just screwing around.
I know. But I'm just showing you just in case, because you're clipping out there.
But that's my
Don't have
answer.
Toast is going to be able to edit that. Sorry, Toast. Sorry, Rusty. Was just busy sorting out some of the sound issues that we always have.
We can we can edit it in post.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm pretty sure Toast is going to be able to do something with it, but just to save him a bit of trouble, I just keep away.
You know what? You throw that question to us. You've been doing it for longer than us.
Yeah.
What are your favorite moments?
Honestly, I don't have a favorite moment because there's just too many to pick. I have favorite series that I've done. I've had favorite moments that I've done. I've had messages that I could send out into the world, and even if I never reach that pinnacle of Twitch or YouTube quote unquote fame, it's not what I'm after. I'm there to make a difference. With the Cosplayers for Everyone thing, I got to send a message. It inspired a couple of people with streaming. It inspires other people to start streaming with YouTube. I've made people laugh. So for me, honestly, there's no favorite moment. I have many favorite moments. Series, if I had to put some favorite series of my YouTube, one would be, and don't you dare judge me, Huniepop.
Why?
Because we got to do a very bad French accent and do like a whole gentleman's playthrough where we sleep with none of the characters, just like give them full hearts and just be like super friends. But it was just such a fun series to do editing wise. Fear is going to be one of my all-time favorite series. The Forest. I think Wolfenstein is also one of the better ones, and with me involving as a content creator, I want to start getting back into dropping a little bit more Let's Plays on YouTube, so don't judge me again, but Subverse is doing really well, and I think I need to do a little bit more Subverse, and if you don't know what Subverse is, go onto Steam and just don't judge.
I watched your video for Subverse. It's weird. That's all I'll say.
I don't even know what Subverse is.
Okay, so Subverse is like a space shooter / XCOM vibe, but it's made by a well-known porno company. And just to there's a reason those videos are on and extremely well edited.
Because you gotta keep it as PG as possible. Is that game even available? I mean, geez, like.
It had a Kickstarter, and within a couple of hours they met their goal. I'm not talking a day, I'm talking hours.
Jeez.
The need for that game was intense.
What was the need for the game? It was just obviously the game was quite an appealing game.
He's busy checking it.
Oh, this game. I saw this. I was like, what the bloody hell is this game?
But you're known to do like the weird games like Huniepop and Subverse, and because you played the first Huniepop as well.
I did indeed. Huniepop 1 was the one where you could avoid all the scenes actively. In Huniepop 2, you cannot avoid the scenes whatsoever. There's no option not to avoid it. So I'm sitting with the issue where I'm spending a lot of time editing to make sure that the video can be shown on YouTube without like getting banned.
Getting banned outright. I'm just seeing some of those. Geez, like I can see why you would be. Holy crap!
He's watching some stuff for Subverse.
I'm watching the trailers.
Anyway.
You would be banned, Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it you who chooses the weird games, or is it just?
Oh no, it's my community. It's all my community. They're just like, here, listen, here's this game. We want you to play it, and then I go, alrighty then.
So I assume you've played Chair Fucking Simulator.
No. Luckily, I try and stay away from those games. The only reason they got me that game is because Huniepop, the series existed, and they were like, hey, listen, here's Huniepop 2 and Subverse. We're waiting for the YouTube series. And I'm like, a squeeze? What do you mean? And then I went to go and check this, and I'm like, whoa.
Well then, Rusty's community, you gotta get him Chair Fucking Simulator.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's nowhere near as bad as this.
No, it's not.
This is.
It's just like a little dustbin kind of man that does the nasty with chairs.
Yeah.
But it's like a whole Tinder thing, so you can swipe left and right and choose your chair, and they've got weird names. It's really weird. You can never unsee it.
Unfortunately.
So, aside from your Stardew games and when you stream and stuff, is there anything else that you've played that you've been really excited about, or anything that you're looking forward to releasing?
Well, it was going to be Lost Ark, but we can't play that in South Africa. So
I heard that.
the other things I've been playing that honestly strangely excited me was Unpacking. I don't know if anyone has seen this game, either of you two, but Unpacking.
I saw you play it.
It was just such a fun little niche little game that was just so very chill vibe, and I honestly thoroughly enjoyed it. It also upset me to no great end because who puts kitchen appliances with the bathroom box? Who does that?
People that pack in a hurry, that's who.
I would.
Hence the embodiment of chaos.
Hence, kids will be packing all the boxes when we move.
Oh, no. I will be packing boxes. And she'll be repacking them. And then just to piss her off, I'll repack them again.
That's when my OCD kicks in.
Yeah, no, she's bad with that. Box packing and placing things in the house. The only thing that I don't like is when she touches my desk, because my desk looks like chaos, but I know where everything is, and she always moves things around. Yeah, and she always moves something around, and then I can't find it. And I'm like, but it was here yesterday. Where is it now? It's like, I cleaned your desk. Yeah, I can see that. Now you've lost all my stuff. Yeah, it's the joy. This game looks quite good. Lost Ark.
But it's not going to South Africa. I don't remember why. I just remember someone saying that it's not being released in South Africa.
really sucks that it isn't.
Yeah, we like to be on the sharp end of the chopstick. But yeah, other games that I'm looking forward to. I know Elden Ring is coming out, but I don't like Souls-based game. But maybe this one will change my mind. Other than that, honestly, I'm at a point where I don't know what's next for me, so I'm just kind of rolling with it. Recently started Grounded up again because they've been updating that game quite frequently with new content. So I'm looking forward to Grounded finally getting like out of that like I don't want to say beta, but it's like pre-release type vibe where they're still trying early access. That's the word I'm looking for. There you go. Early access vibe. Because the thing is with that game, it gets good updates and then they disappear for a while, and then it gets another good update. But the hype for the game just doesn't stay there.
I've seen it, but I've never really had the inkling to play it. Is it worth it?
Look, if you've got arachnophobia, then I would highly suggest not to play it because there are spiders in the game. And I mean, if you're like, Honey, I Shrunk the Kid size, where you're the size of an ant and you're fighting a giant wolf spider, you may have an issue trying to get through that game. But in terms of like gameplay, base building, multiplayer type vibe, it's really good. Obviously, a few little bugs to sort out. Little pun over there. But it is a fun game. I mean, if you and Ziffy want to try it out, I would honestly recommend it. You would actually have just an absolute blast with it. You would.
I'm terrified of spiders, but hey, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, Grounded's on Microsoft, so we can download it.
I'm absolutely terrified of spiders.
Yeah, she's petrified of spiders, so this is going to be a fun experience.
Luckily, there's an arachnophobe mode which turns them into blobs.
I don't know if that would make it better or worse though.
It's terrifying. Let me just tell you, the arachnophobe mode, it's terrifying.
Yeah, this game looks quite good. There's the big spider.
No.
Okay, well it's settled. We're going to be playing this at some point.
I'll play like this.
Scare the crap out of Kez because she does not like these kinds of games, that's for sure. She has a hard time
I'm
with
like
Skyrim.
you. I'm like Rusty, I don't like scary games, but I play them.
Yeah, no, you are. I'm useless. People should never watch me play scary games. If you watch my Alien videos, you know, it's like, bang, huh?
Jump
the
scare.
alien pops up, huh? I'm probably the most uninteresting person to watch during a horror game.
The most he will goes.
Yeah.
I got it right.
Yeah. Whew, that was scary.
But that being said, you were scared when we went to that castle in real life and the
Jesus,
wind
I
blew.
shat myself, my god.
We had a real life ass moment. I think I told you about it. I don't know who I told.
What happened? Tell the viewers. Tell them.
It was for my birthday. We went out exploring, like looking at old ruins of castles and stuff. And there was this abandoned castle. It's beautiful. It's massive. But with it still being daylight savings, around 4 o'clock the sun starts to go down. So it gets dark-ish. Not dark at that point, but it was dark enough. And we went to this abandoned castle, and it was just the two of us. And to get to the castle, you have to go down this like really muddy road, and it's like a proper forest where there's massive trees and everything. So that already made you a bit iffy, and the wind was blowing like a mother. And then we got to the castle, and we're looking around and stuff. And as I was about to take a video, you just heard like this. This really weird sound, and we shat ourselves. We're like, right, that's it, we're going.
Okay, this is very hard. It's in Gaelic, so it's very difficult to pronounce. It's Dalcaharan Castle.
I'll send you photos when we're done.
That's the castle that we went to. It's called Dalcaharan Castle. It is a spectacular looking castle. It is unbelievably beautifully built, but terrifying of note. Holy crap! When the wind blows, you get the fright of your life. When the wind blew, because it's empty. I mean, the place is completely empty, and when the wind blows, it goes through the castle. So yeah, pretty creepy, but
I sent you
worth
pictures.
it. We just have to go back in summer, I think, when the sun is shining for longer. So
Because you can go
actually take
in and you
pictures.
can see it, but damn, no, it was just the two of us, and it was so quiet, and it was like proper, really scary. You got like those eerie vibes, like I don't want to be here.
That looks absolutely terrifying. When can I go?
Now you know what the funny thing is. That picture, these phones' cameras are actually so good that they actually brighten up what is actually dark, because it's actually a hell of a lot darker. The pictures that Karen took are just like they're that much in comparison with how dark it actually was. It was creepy as hell.
And it was just the two of us.
Yeah. Because we can
It
make
was
it if
really
we try,
weird.
you know, just the two of us.
But he actually got scared. He's like, he was one of the ones that like, no, that's it, we're going home.
Yeah. Also, I don't know what wild animals are out there. I mean, granted, I don't think there are very many dangerous ones in Scotland, but you never know.
Awkward silence.
Awkward silence.
Random angry sheep just charging at you like, "Ah."
That view of the town is stunning.
Anyway. Oh.
I'm just looking for another scary picture. Ooh,
Okay.
there.
Well, while he's looking for scary pictures, let's talk.
Let's talk.
And then my brain goes dead.
There's the old ruins, by the way. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, I was just admiring how the beauty of this castle.
What is the most frustrating game that you've played recently?
Dark Souls 3.
Why would you put yourself through Dark Souls?
Because-
I played the first one and I was like, no.
Because my community was like, here's 25 gifted subs. Get further to when you were last time.
Dark Souls.
Dude, I
Yeah.
don't like Dark Souls. I hate Souls games. I find that having rogue elements in patterns just throws your whole rhythm off. And I don't like games with like rogue element patterns. So I've never been a fan of Dark Souls. And I think what I found, especially with the Dark Souls community, is there's a lot of elitism and saltiness when you don't get past certain things. Because what's difficult for other people might be easier for some, right? But that doesn't mean that makes you better than someone. So to come into my stream and tell me, oh, but you're whining, why don't you just get better? Why don't you do this? I'm like, are you streaming it? If you want to stream and show people how good you are, then you go do it. This is my brand of entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't like these games. Know your privilege. And then they went, okay, when you're going to stop whining? I had them timed out. I did. And that's just one of the things that I don't like about the community of Dark Souls, is that they have a lot of salt and elitism because they've beaten the game, they are better than you as gamers. Which is
I've noticed that. So
terribly not true. And which is why I don't like the Dark Souls genre as a whole. It's just not. I don't find it fun. I don't know how other people find it, but I just don't find it fun.
No, I get it. I understand. I mean, some people are not good at certain kinds of games, and you just like
Me.
stick to what you enjoy. You know, if you don't enjoy it, I'm personally not going to judge you if you can't play the game. If you're not good at a particular kind of game, you can't be good at everything. That's the whole truth is that look, I suck at the Dark Souls games. I like putting myself through that torment. So you know, again, I love chaos. So
I tried it. I couldn't even get past the first boss, and I was like, nope, that's it. I'm not doing it anymore. And I haven't touched it since, and I don't plan on touching it. And yes, Toast, you will probably hate me for it, but I will not play Souls. He's a big Souls player,
Yeah,
but he's not one of the salty ones.
No, he's not. He actually helped me through Bloodborne, through some of the parts of Bloodborne. So, you know, he gave me the tips and tricks on how to get past certain parts of the bosses. And granted, it's not easy. You know, you've got to be really quick, and you've got to judge the dodges perfectly, and you've got to watch out for exactly where they're going to move at exactly the right time. If you don't move at exactly the right time, they're going to hit you. It's complicated.
It's too hard.
But at the end of the day, you know, everyone has their own game enjoyment, and if you're gonna judge someone for not playing the same game as you, or not being good at the game that you're good at, then you're just not a good gamer. Because most of it, I mean, I don't, like I've said, I don't care. I play Gran Turismo, I play racing games. Kez hates racing games. She's
too hard.
She's as she said, it's too hard. She's not good at racing games. It takes a bit of cohort. It takes a bit of concentration to be able to go around corners, and you have to know how to do the in and outs when you go around corners and things like that. And it's understandable. I'm not gonna go after her because she can't play a racing game. I'll just play them. No, I don't mind. So, no, I get where you're coming from. It's not nice to actually just tell people, no, you're not, you just suck at the game and stop whining and blah blah blah. If it's for the entertainment of your fans and they want to see you suffer, then I kind of get that. But don't go on the whole stop whining thing, Your fans just want to see you suffer. That's all. That's probably why.
I welcome criticism to a point. If you're going to be snarky about it, then you can exit stage left, and that's exactly what I feel what a lot of streamers lately are doing. And I saw a thread today that were like, oh, but people are just banning because they feel offended. No, every streamer creates their space. If you cannot respect that space because of your filthy opinion, then go find someone else to go and harass and ruin their day. At the end of the day, streamers put themselves out for the entertainment of other people, whether they are doing competitive stuff, whether they are doing art and things. And yes, you put yourself out there for criticism, but there's a difference between criticism and snarky commentary, and we know how to differentiate between those kind of stuff. So people need to understand that if you're going to come with any form of elitism and snark, you are likely going to get timed out. That's as simple as that. And to a further extent, banned, because we don't want that kind of community. We want a community that is uplifting and helping, rather than a community that wants to break down and feel elitism as a place. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah. Or you get people like me who just wants to see you suffering chaos.
No, but even that's fine, as opposed to having someone saying the whole time, "Oh, you suck. You're doing it wrong. You're not doing this." It's not nice, and eventually it shouldn't, but eventually it does get to us as content creators, and then you go, "Well, maybe I am, and maybe I shouldn't," and it shouldn't. But sometimes if it gets bad enough, it plants those seeds of doubt in your head, which causes you to then worry and not be the creator that you can be.
Exactly. Well, that's the whole thing. So, no, what I was saying by causing utter chaos to make him suffer is, well, I will deliberately make a game that will screw with his OCD. I'll deliberately find one that can screw with Rusty's OCD.
The unpacking game.
Because I'm that kind of a
you just don't want to be friends, right? I'm just saying.
I will find a game like that one day. I promise, Rusty. I'll find a game one day that's really
listen. Unpacking already was a very, very, very tough thing to get through. Okay, when I was busy with the bathroom stuff and the frying pan came from out of the box, it was the worst thing in the world.
See, I gotta do that kind of shit to you because it's really funny to see your face. There's actually a game you should play. It will actually test your limits. I've seen trailers for it. It's a train station simulator. You've got to take a destroyed train station and turn it into something worthwhile. But dude, I think that might test your limits.
Oh no.
Or you can just play Satisfactory. That game is about making everything perfect, and I would love to see how you do with that game, because you're gonna be able to build a factory on the most uneven terrain. It's not easy, and it's gonna be a proper working factory.
I have dabbled in it. Yeah, that game will upset me to no end.
I'm getting somewhere with it actually. I've managed to get 3 coal mines going, like 2 iron mines, and I don't really need much stone, so I've got a stone mine, and I've just.
Granted, he's rebuilt his factory like 3 times.
3 times I've deleted my save and started again. You know, if it's not perfect, it's not good.
This is true.
When you say you don't have OCD.
I don't. Because I just.
Everyone
has a certain amount, though.
Out. Just called out right there. Called out by your wife.
Well, you know, everyone does have a certain amount of OCD, I suppose. I mean, it's like with writing music. I've got a certain amount of OCD there. I don't like, if I write a song, I have to make sure that it is perfect, and if it's not perfect, I don't finish it. I carry on editing until I can make it perfect, and the problem is no song can ever be perfect. So therein lies my problem, is that I have that kind of.
There are perfect songs that exist, like the Slack Circus version of He-Man's of Four Non-Blondes' What's Up, alright? That song is perfection.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's that again. Everyone, like with music is very, very, very visceral. So it's for each person has their own opinion of what they think is perfect. And like I said, when I write music, when I write my own music, it's never perfect. And believe me, the artists who wrote their songs probably felt the same as well. It's a curse, as it were. But at the same time, you know that at some point you just got to release it and hope for the best. At least that's what I did.
So I know you've played Apex and Valorant. Which one do you prefer? And you played Battlefield as well. Which of the shooty those kinds of games is your favorite?
Okay, so first, we never ever talk about Battlefield ever again. Battlefield 2042.
Oh, come on!
Battlefield 2042 is a pile of hot garbage.
Did anyone expect anything less, though?
I did expect something better, honestly. I was a fool to pre-order because the trailer was good, the gameplay was good in the trailer, and then everything came out, and I was like, okay, but where's the stuff? It was like No Man's Sky all over again. Between Valorant and Apex, I'm not a massive fan of battle royales, but the new control mode with Apex has basically captured the point. That mode, I believe, for me, has brought love for Apex for me, not from a battle royale perspective, but from just pure carnage, fun, everyone shooting things, having just an absolute time. As for Valorant, I wish we had local servers. If I'm being honest, Valorant plays a lot like Counter-Strike does, and if we can get if we can get local servers, I believe it would spark a lot more play in the Valorant scene locally in South Africa, because we do obviously have a lot of streamers that do it. I can name a few off the top of my head. I believe Tendu plays it. Cam Siege, Paisley, God Honey, Androva. Man, I can list a whole lot of streamers locally that do it. But the problem that we sit with is Riot, among a lot of other companies, just don't want to invest time and servers into South Africa, which is a huge problem because you're missing a very large portion of gamers in the world. And if we had the servers, I really believe that Valorant might just overtake CSGO, because I believe local people only really still play CSGO because we have local servers, and because they are used to the game. Valorant having that little bit of extra powers and things like that, people compare it like CSGO mixed with Overwatch. Valorant is actually its own type of entity. I've learned to respect it and enjoy it as an IP. But I feel there's a missed opportunity in South Africa and some places that don't have servers where the scene could spark. So if I have to pick between Valorant, Apex, and Battlefield, I'm going to have to go with Apex for the moment.
It makes sense. It does make sense. I mean, I agree with you. The server issue alone is it's something that I've actually always said, that South Africa just doesn't have enough servers for the games that people play. Like when Battlefield 4 first came out, they were supposed to they should have had servers to the million in South Africa because people enjoyed Battlefield. It was a good game for them to play. There were teams being created and they were trying to compete in the international circuit. But if you don't have good enough servers, what's the point? Why even try? So I kind of get where they were coming from with that one, because you can't find a decent team if you don't have a local server. We all know this. Living up here, obviously, it's a big difference for us. It made a huge difference to our play. When we play like things like Guild Wars, if we play PvP and stuff like that in Guild Wars, it's a lot more interactive now than it was in South Africa, and it's a lot easier to actually play the games.
Not just that, any other game that we play that requires a server is a lot easier for us to get into, and there's worries and stuff. But it's not nice that
it's not slow.
It is, yeah. It's still not nice that it's like, oh, we'll focus on this country and this country and this country, and then maybe one day we'll get to South Africa. It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
Like with Lost Ark, they shouldn't have not sent it to South Africa.
And you see the issue with us getting excluded, no, not a problem. The issue with us getting excluded is it shafts a lot of our content creators as well, right? Because as much as Twitch and YouTube are for the viewers, and you should never do it for the numbers, right? If you are an aspiring content creator or need to do this full time, and you need to hop on the trends to boost yourself into the upper arches, you are already at a massive disadvantage because you cannot get to that. And then you have to use VPNs, and then Steam says that's illegal and you can't do it. So we're shafted, and then Twitch cannot take us seriously. We don't have local ingest servers for Twitch anyway. So now when you're trying to make something happen, you can't, because we just don't have the necessary tools to do it. So it's always an uphill battle for South African content creators and players as well to break into scenes when the world does not consider us as part of that scene. And it's so stupid because, I mean, we've got Rocket League teams that are on global level plays. We've got CSGO teams, Dota 2, League of Legends, you name it. I can go through lists and lists of content creators that would shame bigger creators. And I speak pridefully, people can call me on that, but I speak pridefully on it because the fact of the matter is it's true. I've seen more production value from local creators in South Africa and from people that I personally know than I've seen from bigger creators overseas. And the only reason we don't have that is because of the support structure within the country and the fact that time zones are different. Twitch doesn't want to be on people's side. There's no push for local creators. There's so many things, gaming, especially the gaming part, when we are just excluded from so many potentially huge things for local creators that it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. I mean, it's also, I mean, you got the algorithms biting you in the ass as well. I mean, when we moved up to Scotland, once the algorithm changed and once the IP changed over this side, everything changed. You know, our viewership started increasing quite a lot. Actually, we weren't expecting it. People started watching our videos more. We started getting more traction on all of the other social medias as well. So it's not fair. Yeah, it's not fair that South Africa is being hit with you know, basically you're being steamrolled essentially. You know, there's no the algorithm is different in South Africa because of the time zone. Bullshit, man. There's an hour difference at any given time here in the UK between South Africa and 2 hours at any other given time. It doesn't make a big difference at all. Not in my opinion. I mean, you know, we still watch content creators in South Africa when we get the chance to, obviously, but we still watch them in South Africa because, you know, it's enjoyable. But it's not fair that you guys are getting, you know, basically
punished.
Steamrolled. Yeah, and punished because of the algorithms. I don't agree with that. So I'm 100% on your side, bro. 100%. And I've seen the production value of some of those guys down there in South Africa. It's ridiculous.
It's also like everyone in South Africa does really good production values on their stream and their YouTube videos and stuff like that. And then the bigger content creators this side, they're just like, oh, well, I know I'm going to get that reach, so why do I need to bother? I don't have to do anything fancy. I can just put myself on a camera and play the game and that's it. Whereas everyone else in South Africa that we know as well, including yourself, you go through so much effort and time to say, maybe we should try this, maybe I should do this, maybe I should try that, just to like tweak the algorithm, and then you might get lucky or you might not, and it should never be that way.
Makes me angry. But anyway, I digress. I'm gonna digress too far if I say things like it makes me angry.
On a lighter note,
what are you looking forward to, dude? What games are you looking forward to? That's a big question. What games are you looking forward to?
I already asked that.
Oh, never mind. Never mind then.
I already asked that one.
See, I didn't know this thing. I thought you were...
Who was talking about Elden Ring and stuff?
Oh, right, okay. Board games, do you play them?
Yeah, I do. D&D, especially D&D.
Oh, nice. Are you a DM now, or are you still not ready to go to the DM?
I am a DM.
Nice.
I am a dungeon master.
Nice, because when last we spoke, you were still getting ready to become a DM. You were still trying to get comfortable with the the whole creating a story for people. So how's it going now that you've become a DM? How's things going that side?
So the campaign is a little slow, obviously. People are still trying to get into their whole thing. It's more like an offline. Every so few weeks we do a thing. People are still very much busy with their own thing. But yeah, being a DM is honestly, it's a lot less stressful than being a player, because I love to see what people are going to do and then play out from those scenarios there. But it's true what they say. When you're a DM, you simply cannot account for every single situation that a player will get themselves into. I had it where in our previous campaign, which was on stream, we had people pants each other in front of royalty, and I didn't know what to do. I went through my notes and went, okay, there's no way this was supposed to happen. You were never supposed to pull your pants down in front of royalty.
But it happened.
It sounds like I know that Tunes is also talking about the you cannot prepare for every eventuality, because sometimes people just do shit like that. Oh god, how did you manage to actually get around that though? I mean, with the pantsing in front of royalty. I actually, honestly, I just had to think up on the spot what they were going to do, and I just said that the king has a sense of humor for these kind of things, and please don't do that again, or you'll be hung by your willies and cut off from the shaft downwards. So it was more like a warning thing, but I was sitting there going, as a DM, I'm thinking in my brain, like, how do these people think this is going to play out? There's nowhere in your conscious brain you should know that taking your pants off in front of royalty is a good idea.
Maybe they did it to screw with you and see what your reaction would be. Because I would do that, to be honest.
Well,
I like to throw curveballs.
Let me tell you, I made them sweat. So the next part of that particular campaign, they had to go to a specific queen of a tribe that has no time for males, and had one of the males intervened in the negotiations, she would have TPK'd. She would have total party killed. She would have killed everyone. So they were sitting there sweating because what I had not foreseen is Kita was playing the role of the queen, and I also had not accounted for this. She said she wanted to see the men. So I, as a DM, started sweating. I'm like, is she about to team party kill my entire gang? So even I was sitting there going, let's see how this plays out. I have never had people sweat like that before. I was like, yeah, krijg je playing bonus.
Payback's a bitch.
Yeah, Payback is definitely a bitch when it comes to that kind of shit. It's like me. I've always screwed around with when I used to play with friends. I used to like I would do shit to the other players, hide their swords away from them. There's little things like that, just so that when the next morning they wake up and they have to find their armor and swords and it's gone. Because it's me, and I also always play the thief. So
No, I just go, if someone says, okay, you need to go this way, I'll say, no, I want to go that way, I want to go see what's there. And then there's no story created for it, and then they need to make it up on the spot. That's always fun. I did it to Tunes and I did it to Gork.
Yeah, actually, we did it to Gork as well, I remember. Me, I was just like I was an angry something, I don't know what it was.
I don't know.
But I would just like sit in the corner and wait for shit to happen around me. It's the kind of person I am. It's like when shit breaks out, I'll give it a few minutes to get really riled up, and then I'll go in and fight.
So aside from Dungeons and Dragons, do you play any other board games?
I think I played the basic like Uno, Monopoly, those kind of things. Not really board games that aren't out of the ordinary. I think the most out of ordinary game I played was Settlers of Catan. That was so good.
Jeez, that's basically opening into more of the advanced board games, the Settlers of Catan. You go from there, you'll move on to things like One of my favorites, Twilight Imperium. You go into things like what's it?
Arkham Horror. Eldritch Horror, sorry.
And that other one, Mysterium. And you start playing games like that where it starts getting a lot stranger, but the games...
You should get Mysterium and like role play it in a
that would be fun.
DM kind of a style. So basically what Mysterium is there's a whole bunch of you that play. I think it's 1 to 2 as well, I don't know. But like a whole bunch of you can play, and you as the ghost need to tell the investigators who killed you, and you have the most obscure cards so that you can say, okay, this is the it's kind of like an obscure version of Cluedo, where you have to use cards to explain what was the thing that killed you, where it was, and who killed you, and then the investigators need to try and interpret basically who done it.
Yeah, it's paranormal investigators.
But it's a lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah, my brother actually got the game, and yes, what a game! So since being here, we've actually been able to afford to buy a lot more games as well. So, because you know how expensive board games are in South Africa, I'm quite sure. Because what 1,000 rand game or 2,000, 3,000 rand game that we would normally pay is like a couple of hundred, or not even a couple of hundreds, like £60. That was like Dune.
Yeah.
And we got Dune for like cheap, and it's worth like, I think it's worth like £60 or something, and we got it on special or something.
I think so.
Yeah. There's things like that, you know. It doesn't happen in South Africa, so I kind of feel for you guys in that, because you guys it's rough. Bloody hell, board games expensive down there.
Everything is expensive.
That's true. Thinking about it as well, PS5. I mean, you guys, it's like it's a month of someone's salary to get one of those things. Here, it's barely even a month. It's crazy, actually.
Must be nice to be where you are.
Well, come live here. We need more friends.
That's the idea. The idea is to eventually move.
The UK is a very pretty country as well. And if you don't mind the cold, you'll be fine. And trust me, the cold with the heating in these houses, it's not that bad. I mean, we had -3 a couple of days ago. It went to -3 a couple of days ago, and we barely even felt it until we walked out the door.
Yeah, it's only really when you feel it outside, but because like all the buildings and stuff are centrally heated and almost all have central heating and double glazed windows and stuff, so you're warm. You'll have an odd one or two that's cold, but it's not that bad.
Like you guys, I'm sure, remember the first house that we stayed at was my brother's house back when they lived in Darvel. That house had no double glazing at all. The house was literally just an icebox. The heat was on all day, all night, through summer and winter. Well, summer not so much, but it was on because the house still got cold. I mean, here in this house, we boil. You know, if we don't open the windows, we cook. But back in that house, it was always cold, and you had to deal with it because it was an old house, and they couldn't. It costs way too much to change the windows to double glazed windows and stuff. So, yeah, living in a different house now. Obviously, we have our own place, and it's a lot warmer. We don't actually have the heat on all day. And to be honest, the cost of the electricity and the heat here is a lot less as well, so that does help too.
So you told us about your favorite games, but if there was one game, well, I'll give you 2 games. If there were 2 games that you could have, either a remake of or like a comeback of, what games would those be?
Fear, definitely. First Encounter Assault Recon. And give me Dota 2 and the Unreal 5 engine. There you go.
Oh, it's not a bad 2 choices. I mean, I'm not a huge Dota fan, but that's just me. I don't like Dota. It's just how I am. Everyone has their own taste. But yeah, no, that's. I mean, I've never played Fear, so I don't know what it's like. I should probably try it at some point.
It's scary.
I think I should try it at some point.
Do it.
Oh.
I won't play it. I've seen it. I will not play it.
That means that she has to play it now because she's the one who jumps out of her skin and gets freaked out. Live on camera, or on camera, because I can't. I am such a boring person when it comes to scary games. No one.
We've gone around that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm such a boring person. You got to do it.
No.
Yeah. I do things like racing games because I get pissed off.
We should get a VR set for Ziff and make him play Five Nights at Freddy's VR. There you go.
We've got a VR.
I think it's on PlayStation, so we can do it there.
No, we've got Resident Evil as well, and that game was that game scared the crap out of me when I played it. So we've got that as well. I'll download that at some point.
We've got a PlayStation one. We're looking to get PC VR headsets at some point. Well, at least one, because for me it's a bit tricky with my motion sickness. But I think I'll get used to it eventually.
Yeah. Because that's the only thing we can do. Is get that or the PSVR 2, which I don't know if it's going to be worth getting. Depends on the games that come out.
How do you feel about Microsoft buying Activision and Blizzard?
I personally think that's a great acquisition. Honestly, maybe it'll make Blizzard a better company than what they were. Maybe we'll finally get Overwatch 2.
We can only
I like
hope.
StarCraft.
No, you know what I'm happy about is the fact that we'll actually be able to play StarCraft 2 and not pay out of our asses for it.
StarCraft was fun.
Yeah. No, and then of course I saw the mute go off. Yes.
Now I'm just thinking, StarCraft in this day and age, I don't think it'll work. I think too many people are too used to easy games. StarCraft was not an easy game, not even remotely.
That's why I loved it so much.
Age of Empires 4 came out and was great. I think Age of Empires 4 was absolutely right on the head, but it doesn't have the player base simply because people just don't enjoy difficult games anymore. So even with Microsoft buying Blizzard, I don't think we'll see another StarCraft. I don't think we'll see another Warcraft as an RTS base, because I just feel we are in an era where people don't enjoy having to do strategy type games. You obviously have your niche market that will do it, but I think people are more.
It's not as big as it was.
Yeah, I think people are more into like the shooty bang, Call of Duty, Apex, those kind of things, Fortnite, than they are into. Listen, let's play some RTS. Let's see a new Warcraft come out, new StarCraft. Yeah.
New Civilization. Because I'm also a big Civilization fan, so I like my strategy games quite a lot. Kids knows this from obviously seeing me play all these games. But I've got things like Star Wars, Empire at War. I like Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3. I love my Age of Empires, so those are definitely games that I'm going to jam. I'm going to play the new one as soon as I finish the other three. I want to find Age of Mythology, but I just don't know where to find it. That was one game that I really enjoyed when I was younger.
Should be on Steam.
I think it might be on Steam, actually. I'm going to have a look for it today, actually. But there's that, and I love strategy games. I think they're like by far one of my favorite things to do. Is just to build stuff and strategically win or lose. You know.
I don't mind strategy games, but I don't like the ones where you've got to like do the turn-based one.
Yeah, that's not an RTS. That's turn-based strategy. So that's Civilization. Civilization is turn-based strategy, whereas you would probably enjoy, if you had to try it, Age of Empires, because that's a real-time strategy. So it's not turn-based. You actually have to. It's build and defend at the same time, and everything. If something comes at you, you've got to defend yourself from that, and so on and so forth. So you probably would enjoy Age of Empires. To be honest, I enjoyed it, so I'm pretty sure you would. Yeah. What does Rusty think? Does he agree?
I think you'd like Age of Empires, Casey. I think you would enjoy it. It's not that difficult to get into. Just play it on easy, because the bots go from easy to handle, and then you go to intermediate, and then all of a sudden the bots go God mode. One difficulty up, the bots are just like, sup. Now the tutorials are over.
Yeah. goes from easy to to fuck you.
I play most of my games on easy, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I'd say start on easy and then just go from easy to fuck you, because trust me, there's no other level between them. It's just easy and fuck you. Any of the other levels onwards are just impossible. Well, not impossible, just like really hard. And then of course you get Sony, who, because I don't know if you know, but everyone was like, oh yeah, Sony's in trouble now because Microsoft has bought Blizzard and Activision and all that. It's like, why is Sony in trouble? And then people are saying to me, oh no, it's because they've taken Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. It's like, then they can have that. Because Sony then goes, just to flex a little muscles, like, Microsoft, you spent so much money on that. We're just going to buy one of your IPs quickly, okay? And they went and bought the guys who own Destiny, Bungie. And they went and bought Bungie. It's like, yeah, we'll buy one of your IPs, just for fun. I thought that was a very funny flex. What do you think about that? What do you think about the whole flex that Sony did there?
Honestly, I think both companies are just trying to see who can flex bigger than the other. I don't think Microsoft is done buying. I also don't think Sony is done buying. I don't think either company is ready to sit down. I just think what both companies need to realize is the bigger problem that we have is the console exclusivity. We don't need that anymore. We are in an era where one console should not have to be bought to play one game. PC players still make up one of your bigger markets of gaming. And whilst you want people to obviously buy games for your consoles and things like that, the whole flexing between Microsoft and Sony, focus on the core problem. Your core problem is making games exclusive for consoles, shafting a huge market when you both can work together on something and make equal amounts of money and then still have a wider player base for all of your things. So all this flexing, that's all good and well. I hope that they do something with these companies, put them in the right direction. Obviously, Blizzard, as we know, is an absolutely awful place for everyone at the moment. So I hope Microsoft bomb down on the higher ups that have allowed that kind of environment to be brought down upon the lower in ranks workers, if I can put it that way. I don't want to be offensive or anything. And create an environment where they can work happily, healthy, mentally, physically, and be able to pump out good games. I hope for the sake of Sony, whoever they purchase does the same, and then Sony and Microsoft come together and say, listen, let's end this whole console war. Let's work together to make great games with companies, and don't shaft everyone under the sun.
Yeah, you see, that's my thing. Yeah, it's like, cool. We need competition between companies. So I don't mind Sony and Microsoft having their wars between which console is better than which. But I agree with you 100%. If the companies go like Microsoft, if it goes and buys out Activision and it says, right, well now Sony is not going to get access to any of the new Crash Bandicoots, any of the new Spyros, or any of the new Call of Duties, they're cutting out a huge market. It's not a tiny market that they're cutting out there. It's a massive market. A lot of people buy Sony PlayStations. Actually, in this country, Sony sold out before Microsoft did. You know, the PS5 sold out before the Series X did. And the whole reason why was because people in this country seem to prefer Sony. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just people have their own preferences. So, you know, they shouldn't be... Gamers should not be penalized because companies want to basically just corner the market. You know,
but I think a lot of people don't buy Xbox consoles anymore and would rather buy a PlayStation, because why do you need an Xbox when you can most likely get the games on your PC?
Exactly. And that's with me. I mean, we're not buying an Xbox because we've both got gaming PCs and they're bloody powerful. So we have no need to get an Xbox and have PlayStation and have PCs at the same time. The Xbox will just sit and gather dust because all the games that we've got on PC we've got on Xbox. So there's no point for us. Or sorry, vice versa. I meant to say all the games we've got on yeah. No, all the games we would have on Xbox we have on PC already. So actually even more because of the fact that we've got Steam as well, which gives us games that Microsoft or that Xbox cannot play, like most of the games that I've got on Steam. So yeah, I'm also in that same mindset where it actually is. Just don't penalize the gamers because you want to have the competition. That's really all it is. You know, simple as that.
Hashtag in the wars. Well, in the console wars.
See if we can make that hashtag famous.
So what are the plans for Rusty? Like, future plans? Do you have any?
Honestly, right now, I think get past my wedding and then see what's next for me. I've done so much all these years in content that I've actually hit a wall that I don't know what I want to do next, honestly. It's been mentally taxing. I've come to the conclusion that any game I play, I can make entertaining. It's trying to reach out to that audience to get this to a full-time thing where I can sit and focus and further improve things, really put in the passion and time and love into what I do. But until then, I'm currently stuck. I don't know. I can't tell you yes or no. I don't know if I'll continue creating content or not. It's currently up in the air, to be honest.
That's not a problem. Well, that's the whole thing. We'll have to just wait until after the wedding because you obviously that is more important on your mind at the moment, and rather focus on that than anything else. To be quite honest, I agree. But yeah, just give yourself a break from that, or from everything else if that's the case. Just like keep trudging on with what you're doing, but just like
Focus on you.
Focus on your wedding and stuff first. Okay, it's about that time though. So what we need to do is, Rusty, you need to plug your channel and yourself and all that great stuff. Go for it.
Where can people find you, in other words?
Oh, so this is the part where I plug you guys. Listen, everyone.
Plug yourself.
All
plug
the viewers,
yourself.
You need to check out the SA Geeks everywhere. They're on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. So please go check them out. And as for me, I'm RustyPieLover. You can catch me on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Hover. Everywhere, just search RustyPieLover. There's only one type of ginger that likes pies, and that's me. So but please give some love to your wonderful hosts. So they don't even need to plug themselves. I'll do it for them. Please check out their podcasts. Send them some love. They are absolutely amazing people. And you two can take it away now.
No, we don't really plug ourselves at the end of our videos anymore. It's just getting too tiresome to do that.
Too many places.
Yeah, so
now I've done it for you. There you go.
Well, thank you. Thank you for doing that for us. Alright, well, you guys know what to do from here. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit the down like button. And tell us why you didn't like it. And we'll just probably ignore it anyway. Because it's what we do. Don't have time to talk. We've got business to take care of. Anyway, yeah, hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit that subscribe button if you really enjoyed us. And as always, remember...
Keep it.
Bye!
Bye.